For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching us while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes. Going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
The mood is
definitely the mood is red. Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of the world's most monitored talk show, NewsSpin. We trust you had yourself an enjoyable weekend. Most parts of St. Lucia was safe, but still there is cause for tremendous concern as the island recorded 3 homicides over the weekend. NewsSpin is on the NewsSpin Facebook page as well as Power 97.9 FM and the NewsSpin YouTube channel. Don't forget, like the video, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel and click the notification bell, and that is to help the channel grow. And grow, it has been growing. The island, unfortunately, experienced yet another set of killings. And it's not anything that is strange, at least over the last few years in St. Lucia, and in particular over the last few weeks. But again, the behavior of those people who are elected to ensure that you are safe does not mirror what is happening in certain parts of the island as far as the wanton violence that is taking place. And again, so many of our young people are perishing. But the politicians prefer, especially those who are in office, to sidestep that reality and not to provide it with the attention that is warranted. I mean, it took killing after killing after killing after killing for there to be a press briefing on the crime problem in St. Lucia. And it took the acting prime minister. It did not take the man who is the substantive holder of that position to address you, the people of this country, on this worsening problem, on this predicament, on this crisis that we are living almost on a daily basis. And believe you me, the fact that Dr. Ernest Hilaire, in his capacity as acting prime minister, convened, or maybe was forced to host this press briefing, don't hold your breath, because the national security minister is also the prime minister. He will not address you directly on this problem, because don't be fooled. You have not been, in a serious manner, been directly addressed on the crime problem. Because this was a recorded briefing, and the reporters were on hand, and they would have reported to you in snippets, in a few clips, few inserts here and there. But for this to be done in a sustained manner, deliberate manner, and you must, as a citizen, ask yourself the question, what is preventing the Prime Minister of this country, who is also the National Security Minister, from taking time off to address the crime problem, to address us as citizens directly during prime time? 8 o'clock, national anthem is played. In comes the Prime Minister. You feel his presence the same way a few months ago he addressed you on the increases that were given to public servants and the back pay that they received. You were subjected to an address to the nation, on this. About what? Maybe 15 or 20 minutes on Emancipation Day, an address to coincide with Emancipation Day. But you continue to be shackled by crime in this country. Your movement is being curtailed. You're almost always in a state of anxiety as crime is concerned. You are anxious. A lot of you were affected directly. You are in pain. The Prime Minister does not recognize this to the extent that he addresses the people of this country directly on crime. I'm predicting the next address to the nation by the Prime Crime, and most certainly it will be 5 years. Ponder on this. Do you think another 5 years, you have a Senusha Labour Party administration, the attitude of the Prime Minister towards tackling crime will change? Do you think that the focus will just not only be on providing the police with more vehicles and not presenting a plan, not formulating a plan, a serious plan, as is being executed as we speak over in Jamaica, and the results certainly are manifesting themselves in a serious reduction in homicides in that Caribbean territory? I'm predicting it will be more of the same. The I don't care kind of attitude. He loses his voice when it comes to addressing crime. But you realize how energetic he could be and eloquent while he's on the hustings, while he is presenting a candidate or launching a candidate in a particular constituency, while he is attacking his political opponents. So there was a shooting over in Bexon, and that is on Thursday of last week. One guy died on the spot. This was reported in the media. And another individual was taken to a health institution, hopefully to recover. That's what most people have been hoping at the moment. My information is that this individual, Gregory Felix, 51 of Bexon, passed away at about 9:45 a.m. on Sunday at the OKEU hospital. One day before, there was 2 separate shootings at Grand Ravine over in Dennery, and 2 men were shot in the process. Both have died. A 29-year-old has perished, died of his injuries, and also a 26-year-old. The St. Lucia Labour Party launched its candidate in Otsa, Castries Southeast constituency, and that is Lisa Jawayer. And you know, the mood was red. That's what the mood was. It was red. And the politicians, those again we have entrusted with the responsibility to keep us safe, they don't appear to be empathetic. Little empathy coming from those politicians. And as if it's a game that they're playing with our emotions, or they are trying their utmost to delude us, to trick us into believing that this crime thing, that's nothing, man. That is nothing. Look at how we're behaving. We are so joyful. We are so happy. We are happy. I mean, I heard the Prime Minister saying that he was happy. He was happy. He's a happy man. And he explained, because he was there to present Lisa Jawayer. He was happy. We right now cannot be happy in this country, because what is happening in this St. Lucia of ours is unacceptable, is atrocious, paints us in a bad light, gives us the impression that we are not the nation of Derek Walcott and Sir Arthur Lewis. Get the impression that we are losers. If we have a particular predicament, we don't confront it. We hide behind it. We come up with all kind of prescriptions that are not working. They are not working, but yet still we continue to do more of the same. And the Prime Minister is promising to give the police more vehicles. I think he said either later this week or next week. No change in strategy, because he believes if he maintains that position, if he does not come up with any new plans, because that's his responsibility, he has to work together with the police. He's the National Security Minister, and he's giving that portfolio in St. Lucia a bad name. Because obviously, I think if you had a different National Security Minister, the Prime Minister by now would have replaced that individual. Obviously, he can't replace himself, making a mockery of his governance and his administration. But you be the judge. You make that determination as to whether we should be preoccupied primarily economic growth. And the Prime Minister talks about so many projects and hotels are being constructed. He drove up to the north of the island, saw the Harbour Club expanding. Say that to the people who continue to lose their loved ones in such tragic circumstances. What is the one issue that is preoccupying the attention of the people of St. Lucia right now? If you were to conduct a survey, crime. But that's not the focus. That is not what is being emphasized upon by the Prime Minister and this administration. For him, if he were to set the date for the elections, let's say November, for him, you should be judging the St. Lucia Labour Party primarily on a range of other issues and not crime. And on the current trajectory, I get the impression that the government of St. Lucia, the government of the St. Lucia Labour Party, will continue to be lost, continue to be in the dark, as far as coming up with workable plans so that we could have positive results where crime is concerned. Let us say now, from individual, he had political ambitions. He wanted to become an MP, wanted to contest an election in St. Lucia. This was not to be because of political process where the party decided that they should select someone else. But he is still very much concerned about what is happening in our country. Unlike the Prime Minister, he has issued a statement in the form of an address to the nation. I'm talking about T. Caro.
Sing whoa, hear my plea, oh dear.
My fellow St. Lucians, I speak to you today, not just as a concerned citizen, but as a son of this beautiful land. A land that has given us life, love, heritage, and hope. But today, I cannot remain silent. The rising tide of crime, especially the scourge of gun violence, is tearing through our communities, shattering families, stealing our youth, and threatening the very soul of our nation. How many more mothers must bury their sons? How many more young people must be cut down in their prime? How many more tears must be shed before we all say, enough is enough? Now, more than ever, we must rediscover what it truly means to care for each other. Not just within our families, but across communities, across districts, and across differences. We must see every young man as our son, every woman as our sister, every elder as our guiding light. Our silence in the face of violence is not neutrality, it's complicity. We must speak, we must act, we must care. Crime is not just a police problem, it is our problem. Every citizen, every parent, every teacher, every leader, every church, every business, and every institution must take responsibility for the part they play and the power they hold. Parents, let us not grow tired in raising our children with love and discipline, even when the world around them pulls in the wrong direction. Teachers, instill not only knowledge, but values, courage, and a vision for a better life. Churches, rise boldly to the challenge. Preach hope, not fear. Be a refuge, not a ritual. Businesses, invest in people. It's not just profit. Create opportunities. Support our youth. Law enforcement, serve with dignity, not intimidation. Build trust, not walls. Community leaders, step forward, not for fame, not for votes, but for change. And citizens, each and every one of us, must reject the code of silence and stand for what is right, even when it's hard. Now, to our politicians, to our political leaders, you must do better. The divide between our two major parties have grown far too deep, too bitter, too dangerous. Crime does not wear red or yellow. Bullets don't check your voter ID or your voter card. Our young people are dying, and all some can offer is finger pointing, while others are playing the blame game and having press conferences. I say enough. The people are not fooled, and we are not served by division. We demand leadership that puts country above party and people above politics. We need a nation with a national response built on cooperation, not conflict. We must reclaim our values. St. Lucia is not a place of fear. It is a place of pride, culture, strength, and resilience. But if we allow violence to become our new normal, if we allow hate to replace hope, we will lose everything. A stable and safe country is not a luxury. It is the foundation upon which everything else stands. No investment, no education, no progress is possible without security. Peace is not the absence of noise. It is the presence of justice, opportunity, and love. Let's rise together. So what now, you ask? What now? Do we wait for another murder to trend on social media? Or do we rise together as one people? I say rise. Let us rise now with a purpose. Let us rise with love. Let us rise with urgency. Let us rise for our children. Let us rise for St. Lucia. This is our home. We will not give it up to fear. We will not surrender it to violence. We will not betray our ancestors nor fail our future. Together we can heal. Together we can build. Together we can rise. God bless you. God bless our leaders. And God bless St. Lucia. I thank you.
How many more times? How many more must carry this load?
Well delivered, Dennis Leo, better known as T. Caro. Someone in the chat room says T. Caro should have given PJP this address to deliver. You felt the sincerity on the part of this young man? You felt, and you could have measured the passion in his voice? This is clearly lacking on the part of the government of St. Lucia, and in particular, the Prime Minister and National Security Minister. The Prime Minister clearly does not understand the job that he was given, the task that is before now, and what is required. The Prime Minister does not demonstrate that he understands what the people of this country require from him. You are a leader, sir. And so far, you have failed the people as far as crime is concerned. And we don't expect you to do the job of the police. But show some kind of compassion. This is lacking. The Prime Minister shows greater grit and determination when it comes to the exercise of the St. Lucia Labour Party that is preoccupied with right now, and that is re-election. The Prime Minister does not demonstrate that he cares about the people of St. Lucia. And you can do that in many ways. Through your behavior, through your rhetoric, the level of the passion that comes across when you're addressing crime, and you realize the Prime Minister would just spend 45 seconds, literally 45 seconds, the most a minute, on this important subject. And if he's addressing a rally, if he's speaking at a public function, believe you me, he is into politicking right through, as opposed to focusing on what is of importance to the people of St. Lucia. Certainly more is expected of our leader. And it's interesting enough, Prime Minister says he's a 6-star general. A general leads. A general leads the charge. A general finds solutions when whatever area that he is presiding over is under attack. He does not retreat. He does not run away. A real 6-star general by now would have spoke deliberately and strongly on this crime problem in this country. Later, we'll be hearing from the acting Prime Minister speaking again on crime. And we'll be taking your calls in just a moment at 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Amanda is not with us today. Let us hear this track. It's by one Donnell, and the track is called Peace in the Streets.
St. Lucia, stand tall, stand strong. We need love in the streets, my people. Too much violence in the streets. We need peace, we need unity. Hands up, put the guns down, please. For the children, let the island breathe. Oh, St. Lucia, rise. No more tears in mama's eyes. Together stronger we will shine. Let love and light rule the time. Every ghetto youth got dreams inside, but the system keep them pushed aside. Brothers fighting brothers, why? We should be lifting each other high. Tourists come, they love the vibe, but we live in pain, we cannot hide. From Cash Street straight to View Forsyth, time to bring the peace worldwide. I know the struggle, I feel the pain, but violence never bring no gain. My people, let us break these chains. One nation, let love reign. Too much violence in the streets. We need peace, we need unity. Hands up, put the guns down, please. For the children, let the island breathe. Oh, St. Lucia, rise. No more tears in mama's eyes. Together stronger we will shine. Let love and light rule the time. No more blood in the night. Let the future be bright. Stand up for what is right. St. Lucia, unite. Youth man, don't throw your life away. You are the king of tomorrow, don't stray. Mama praying every night, she say, God, please, one love stronger than the hate we face. Too much violence in the streets. We need peace, we need unity. Hands up, put the guns down, please. For the children, let the island breathe. Oh, St. Lucia, rise. No more tears in mama's eyes. Together stronger we will shine. Let love and light rule the time. Peace and love, St. Lucia. Rise up. No more violence, no unity.
Peace in the Streets by Donnell. Let's open the lines right now to take your calls. 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. Timmy, talk about compassion. What about leadership? And that's very, very obvious. And I think there's a vacuum, there's a vacancy for an effective leader in St. Lucia to address the nation's crime problem. We have a call on the line. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air.
Oh, good afternoon, Jim.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Yeah, Tim, I must say it was a very bloody weekend in Denver. Two people lose their lives, I want to send my condolences to the rest of the people in Denver now. I think what really surprised me, sorry, was that the district rep...
You'll have to speak directly into the phone.
The district rep posted on his Facebook page that he's assembling to the rally on Sunday would be in Grand Ravine. And then he never actually said nothing to the people, to the family. Condolences, not even on his Facebook page, or not even publicly. He could have made a statement on what happened on Saturday night. And even to make it worse, while the body was on the ground on Saturday, he had his people passing with packages to get to the rally on Sunday while the body was still on the ground. So which means to say he showed no remorse as to what really happened on Saturday. And even Sunday morning, the other thing he did was to just actually post back on his Facebook page that the assembly will not be in Grand Ravine, but it will be in Denerivier. And not saying anything to the rest of the people or to acknowledge what has happened in his constituency. And to be honest with you, for these 4 years, this is the time we have had the most murder in Denrinoff. This is the most killings we have had in Denrinoff for the last 4 years. And the Minister of Education and the representative for Denrinoff and the parliamentary rep for Denrinoff, which is Sean Edward, has not come nowhere to say something publicly or on his Facebook page. But what he will do, before you ask him a question which is pertaining to the constituency, he will attack you and he will tell you he knows you and he will do this and he will do that. But what I really want to tell him was that whether he did not notice some people were missing in his rally yesterday, because the family of the people that passed away on Saturday did not show up to the rally. So this is something he needs to take note of. Okay? Instead of going to the rally and keep saying the same metric he's using, PST boy, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work because what he's doing now, he's insulting the young people of Denrinoff. For if somebody actually wants to become a politician tomorrow, you know, and for a senior politician to be saying...
No government can stop crime, but they can put measures in place to curtail the crime. Where are the religious leaders? They need to put pressure on the government to do something. Pretty soon there will be no more young men in the country, and here comes the man shortage, shaking my head. And let's see if we have some more of your messages. Somebody says there right now, politicians only address the killings only because they feel pressured, not because they genuinely and wholeheartedly want to sympathize with the families. Pockets and bellies full. So, WPC. And let's see if we have another WhatsApp message. Somebody says that with what is going on with the crime, I wonder what the Prime Minister would have done if he had COVID, and also if the Prime Minister is not helping with crime, why are the other ministers not trying to? Okay, 4522979, WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. Somebody says there, I watched Dr. Ernest Hilaire ask the news reporters what should the government do to solve crime, as if the poor reporters were experts on crime mitigation. Dr. Hilaire would not try that with the West Indies Cricket Board. If Hilaire is not a problem solver, then he is not fit for the job. In fact, we will fire him before he gets the matching orders. I will give him the answers. 1. Have serious conversations with the hierarchy of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. Bring in the experts. Get a consultant within or outside the region. We, your bosses, will have no issues paying for that. 3, you can pack up and leave the office. Shaking my head. We have another call on the line. Good afternoon. NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Hey, good afternoon, Timothy. How are you?
I'm okay, sir. How about you?
Hanging on in there.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to give, my 2 cents or 10 cents on what's happening. The UWP is vying to be the next government. But my concern, truly concern, is that Mr. Shasny should really carry out an authentic auditing on the financial spendings of the SLP. To me, if that's not done in this country, is just business as usual. You know, because I'm hearing one of his ministers saying that they will renegotiate that deal on the docks. I don't see what there is to renegotiate when it is actually said that it's a deal. We give away this dock for $1 a year, right? If that's what I'm hearing. So if you become the government and this company has robbed St. Lucia so much money over the period, why you want to renegotiate? It should be a situation where if you do a forensic auditing, see how much money that was robbed from the country, see how you can get it back towards the state. You know, and when you're doing that forensic auditing, you bring in some a reputable international auditing company working with the team that you choose of in St. Lucia, that there will be no biases, you know. And that way, when you start to get the results, which I know you will get it, you will start to hear people disappearing. You will hear people resigning. You will hear people leaving the country. You might even hear a few ministries got burned down for lack of evidence. Because you cannot tell me that a hospital costs $400 million. St. Lucians, $400 million. And it's not finished. They're promising that it will be completed before election. But we know very well that it will not be in full operation. You will just bring a camera there, open a door, show you a few offices, show you a couple of people working. But the facilities needed is not at the hospital. So why are you going to spend $400 million? And I'm not hearing that there's going to be some auditing taking place against that kind of money that St. Lucians have to pay. You see me? Now, moving forward, Richard Frederick was never a UWP. Never. He was always SLP. I mean, people will call and doubt that. He himself will doubt that. He was never. He went inside the UWP as a termite. When Richard Frederick went in as an independent and he won, felt he didn't have the energy anymore. He told his guys, we don't need Richard Frederick in this organization. If people can remember. Okay? They said, no, he's a surety seat, we'll keep him. When we win, we know what to do. When they won, what happened? Richard Frederick disrupted the UWP organization. He disrupted. And while he was there, he put in his termites to help complete the job. Okay? It's very simple. Why St. Lucians don't see that? Why St. Lucians don't understand that? Then now, the last election, what happens? He moves his termites, go to the SLP, make a deal that if I win, I'll be the minister in the office of the Prime Minister. Come on, do you get him?
Yes, caller. But caller, he's not a member of the St. Lucia Labour Party. He's a member of the administration of the SLP. Right? Remember that. So when you say that he joined the SLP, he's not a member of the party.
You see, Tim, the illusion works, you know. Everything this will do is just illusion. It's just, you know, it's all illusion. They just make you believe certain things. I mean, there's a lot of things we will talk about that they don't have no proof. But common sense says it all. You know what I'm saying? Common sense says it all. It's just they all do illusion. So now they won the seat. What happens? Then Kenny bow out. Of course Kenny is going to bow out because Richard Frederick wants the position of minister in the Prime Minister's office. So Kenny going to say, okay, now I bow out, I'll give it to Creep, quote unquote. You think that Kenny is going to lead the SLP? He still is. Look at what's happening. The thing that's happening now is still looking at things that Kenny and the will do. Okay? We remember that our territorial waters was given away. Remember Rochamel? I can go on and on and on. So when you look at what's happening at the docks, that's the exact same thing Kenny would do, which is he's still running the party. Okay? You're telling me that you'll give some area that you'll give for 2.7 million. Could you imagine that right now people are working, they cannot afford to pay the rent. They cannot live in mother's house and pay a rent. Okay? Because rent right now is $8 million for one bedroom. When a company have our entire jobs for $1, yeah? Solutions. Seriously? You know, why would you want organizations like that running your country? I can go on and on, but I'll just make my last little sentiment. Okay? When Sir John was there, the entire cash freeze was run by solutions. Speculators. How much guys out spare parts selling? A used car company was growing. Okay? Mr. Illusion, Dr. Kayla Anthony, when it is illusion, I'll do better than Sir John. What did he do? We didn't get in there. He erased everything. He didn't want to do erase Sir John. If he could have done it. You know? And right now, if you go down Cass Street, where are the solutions that had stores in town? Where are they? They all gone. They disappear. Up to now, it is so hard. Even to buy a piece of land here under Kenny Anthony, he changed the whole system to make it more difficult for a solution to own a piece of land. And these are the things I want to get in the UW is kind of like discussing. When we get there, we will erase the things that we can erase. We'll erase it to make life easier for us and Lucia. We'll make it easier for us and Lucia to own a piece of land in their own country. Because foreigners just come in our country and they just buy land without, there's nothing that's stopping them. But if a solution have to purchase a piece of land, what they have to go through, implemented by the Solution Labour Party, and you're telling me that my fetli banai more labor nonsense. You know what I'm telling you? There's too much nonsense going on that people could see it. It's in their eyes. It's clear. And they're going on and to this rally. I mean, of course, there's a big crowd, we know that. But when you look at even when certain things that CNGP is saying as a Prime Minister, number one, he wasn't elected by the people. Stephen said he was elected by the people, so these guys don't really care.
Okay, caller. You sound a little bit muffled, so thank you so much for your contribution. We can't hear you too clearly. Thank you so much. Appreciate the contribution nonetheless. Somebody says the PJP is saying to his cabinet members and their ministries, every man for themselves, look out for your ministry. I'm not a police, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a teacher. Whatever is going on in the country, not my business. And let's see if we have another WhatsApp message. Somebody says there, can you tell me what is going on in St. Lucia? King playing his patriot, he all in blue. Are people following him? And he following red. 4522979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Somebody says there come next election, the people of Dennery North will hold Sean Edward responsible for his arrogance, disrespect and victimization. This foolishness has to stop. And another WhatsApp message, somebody says there, St. Lucia is now flat down, plat à terre. That was SLP chant in the last election. Another WhatsApp message, good day team, Labour needs to start parking after UWP win. Some heads need to turn or need to roll because we need answers. Let's see if you have a call in the landline. Good afternoon, NewsSpin, you're on the air. Hello.
Good afternoon, Tim.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Yeah. So John run the constituency of Mikud North, and that alone should make it a very, very important constituency in the community, in the communities in St. Lucia, because it would reflect, see if you know the backstory, what's going on inside here, Tim, or how we accept or we accept people like Richard Pedrick. When he won as the independent and he was actually assisted by the UWP, when he came to Monrepo, after I just fallen out with Sir John concerning making history really, concerning what is actually taking place in the community, what the development is and what is going on. He was fighting with me to jockey to, we were trying to organize because I wanted to be part of the renaissance, so to speak, to make people aware that we need to work hard and we need to, use our education, we need to be disciplined and so on. But then what happened is, if Sir John himself, when I told him straight to his face that he came there and when I saw him in the church, Richard came there. The other one was there too, the one from Spider. I said to him direct to his face, Richard, Sir John was coming to greet me, to take my hand. They were trying to push me away because I had already given Sir John his peace. Then Richard said, I tell Richard, man, you win an election and you go on Sir John's side. Honestly, something real, because what is happening in St. Lucia is is history in more or less history. We just need to make sense of it. We can't go back only back as far as to John. We have to go further. But when we're dealing with issues like whatever, bananas and what have you, you would find that these guys have no answers. When you check out housing and so on, they have never been able to address it. They have never come down to the ground to see what is really happening. Now they're trying to force us there and to make sure that there is no way out. They're going to create a remnant, a set of people from us that will just be servants when the land gets to $200 a square foot. In spite of the fact that it should never have been so. If we had listened to history, you would know that these guys got paid for their estates. We have not gotten paid. We're not getting anybody to represent our interests, and that is what we need to party system. Now, when you come with the third thing, you have a whole scenario with some unholy spirit taking over in the country. And it's only oppressive and suppressive when it comes to positive ideas. So now we need a third party to where we could plant our seed, you know, and people think these people are going to give up. So much so they can never stop us. They're going to actually be revealing who they are. And as a matter of fact, history says that, for instance, you know, there were always people interested in the country. And what happened to them, it doesn't happen to St. Lucians alone. It happened to us all over the world. But this time, Tim, I'm telling you, we're going to see how things can change quick.
Okay.
Julian, I think I tell you already.
Okay.
I ain't looking at a long-time risk.
Caller, always a confused mixture of ideas coming from you.
That is
Thank
right.
you.
That is right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
People didn't learn in 15 years, and you expect me to teach them in 1 minute.
Okay. Thank you so much. Always a confused mixture of ideas coming from this particular caller. Thank you so much for your contribution. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. Got travel plans? Don't let paperwork slow you down. The Briefcase is making applications for passports and visas faster, easier, and stress-free. VA4 and Environs, we are here to serve you. Whether it's your first passport or a renewal, let us do it for you. Talking about the Briefcase, also assist with applications for police records, U.S. visa applications, ETA for Canada and UK, birth certificates and business registration, and more. This coming Saturday, the 28th of September 2025, come see the Briefcase personnel upstairs Chanel's Plaza from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. or call 718-8624, 718-8624 or 713-7503, 713-7503 to book. The main office of the Briefcase is on High Street, Castries, opposite the ID card office, Mondays to Fridays, 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. No lines, no hustle or no hassle, no stress, just expert help when you need it from the Briefing. Just a bit with more of your calls and your WhatsApp messages.
You know that feeling when you have an uncontrollable desire for fried chicken? That's the KFC. A substance that stimulates your senses. Identify the aroma of our secret recipe or an extra crispy crunch from any distance. It's invisible to the naked eye, but you can feel it traveling throughout your body, taking control. All so you can enjoy a juicy bite of KFC. Ignite your senses with KFC.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbuta at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Are you ready? Get set. Let's go green with Lucia. No more paper, no more mess. Easy billing, no stress. Use my account to pay online. Pay your bill at any time. Get the stress off your mind. No more standing in line.
Visit LuciaLeg.com today and sign up to my account to pay your bill. Request a temporary or new connection or switch an account to your tenant's name. Do it all online.
Personal, paperless. Use the virtual service desk. Are you ready? Get set. Let's go green with Lucia.
At Flow, loyalty pays back. Big time. That's why we're rewarding our customers with $400 in vouchers. That's like 6 months off your mobile bill back in your pocket. Simply add mobile to your current $400 in rewards today. At Flow, loyalty pays back. That's how we keep your rhythm flowing.
Numbness, headaches, or back pain? When your body sends a warning, don't wait. MRI is the gold standard for seeing what other imaging can miss, like brain damage, spine issues, and early cancer. At La Clinique de Corps, we are the only center in St. Lucia offering the most advanced MRI technology. Fast, radiation-free, expertly interpreted, and insurance accepted. Call 451-6559 or WhatsApp 721-9950. La Clinique de Corps, Center of Excellence, where quality meets expertise.
At First National Bank, we believe being first means putting you first. Your first home, we've got the mortgage. Starting your first business, count on our commercial loans. Dreaming of your first car? Drive it home today. Heading to college? Let's fund that first big step with a student loan. No matter the milestone, make First National Bank your first choice for all your loan needs. First in service, first in trust, first for you. Call us at 455-7000 or visit your nearest First National Bank branch today so we can help put you first. First National Bank, here for you.
Your favorite event of the year is back. Project Chocolat presents Souk of Blood, the ultimate all-white experience featuring Ola Tunje, Umpa, back to October Fee, DJ Show and hosted by MC Donaville. Regular tickets $120, all-inclusive VIP $350. Very limited, no door sales. Available at the Cell Island Y, Mambo's Mine Sufre, and 4circustickets.com. Souk of Blood, Saturday, October 4th from 7 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. Remember the dress code, all white.
This is the most monitored talk show in the world. We continue with your calls at 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Somebody says, the Prime Minister needs to understand that he's not running his household. He's running a country and needs to be accountable to the people of St. Lucia. His silence on the matter exemplifies ignorance, arrogance, and to a great extent acceptance of the violence as the way of life of the people of St. Lucia. How long must we wait for the Prime Minister to address the recent and escalating murders, the death of Tyson? St. Lucians need to wake up and see that this government does not respect the voice of the people of St. Lucia. The Prime Minister does not care about the escalating murders happening on a popular tourist destination. The Prime Minister does not care about the emotional unrest of the adults and children not knowing if they will return home after going to school and work in an atmosphere where violence has been normalized by the SLP. Remember, St. Lucians, you address what affects you and your citizens. Evidently, the violence does not affect the Prime Minister and his fellow parliamentarians. We, the citizens, need to be aware that the neglect of violence should, and we should have a national protest against the rise of violence since the elected Prime Minister has failed to address the problem. We have a call. Good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air. 716-2026. All right, let's see if we have some more of your messages. We go to the call. Good afternoon. Hello.
Timothy, a pleasant good afternoon to you and your listeners all over the world. TW on the line, Timothy.
Good afternoon to you, caller.
Timothy, if you decide to join a political party, it means that what you aspire for you and the country is aligned to that political party. But you see, I do not understand how every time a candidate is rejected by a party, they have nothing good to say about the party. And I am coming to last week when Edmund Estefan called your program. And I will always say, some of these candidates, when they're not selected, you can see how hypocrites they are, how opportunistic they are, how career vultures they are, because they have nothing good to say about the party they once former represent. Have you, for the last 4 years, have you seen Mr. Estefan appear on any show defending the United Workers' Party, Timothy? Or saying that the policies of the United Workers' Party are good policies? But then he's at the forefront, calling your program and saying to the solution public, his brother supported him, his family supported him, his brother took a back seat when he was, the candidate for January South. You understand? And he want to cry foul. He want to cry victim as he appeared rally of the Solution Labour Party, and his name was called out by the leader of the party. He feel that the Solution people shouldn't cascade him for that, shouldn't criticize him for that. We have to criticize him for that. You know the repercussions of being there, Timothy? I expected Mr. Edmund Estefan to know that there will be consequences for his actions, and he should not have appeared at that political party. And even though he appeared, he should come and tell us, you understand, I'm supporting my brother, but guess what? I am a member of the United Workers' Party. I support their policies, but he didn't even say that. He is actually cut ties with the United Workers' Party. Cut all ties. You understand? A gentleman that wants to preach the policies of the United Workers' Party. And today, he has nothing to say about the Labour Party. So you can see the hypocrisy that is happening in this country. A lot of people, when they're not selected by the party, they either join the Labour Party or they go to criticize the Labour Party. But I know that when you join a party, you join it because the policies align with your dreams and aspirations for the country. That is what it is. And not you support your brother, you support your family. Country comes first. So Timothy, tell Mr. Estefan, do not cry foul or do not cry victim. He needs to go back, rethink that, and he needs to think about what he's saying to the solution public and say something that makes sense, that he can defend his legacy. Timothy, I thank you.
Thank you so much for calling. WhatsApp message. I keep saying day by day the Prime Minister needs to step down for he has failed as a leader. The government should be head of the nation, but they have failed to realize this. And now the criminals have taken over. Call the elections. I can't wait. And let's see there if we have another WhatsApp message. Somebody says there. All right, let's see. 452-2979, your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Again, 716-2026. Lisa Jarayer was launched last evening over in Otsa by the St. Lucia Labour Party as the candidate for Castries Southeast. Now, how she got there? It is because Joachim Henry was de-endorsed, was given the boot. And I think it's because of they're dissatisfied with his performance as a parliamentary representative. And you would have remembered that some of his supporters objected to this, his removal. And there's slight demonstration which took place. Number of individuals spoke with the media, highlighting their disapproval. But things have changed. But let's listen to Prime Minister of St. Lucia, political leader of the SLP, Philip J. Pierre. How did we get to the point of Joachim deciding, or not him deciding, because again, as I said, he did not decide. The political party, probably the constituency group, probably the hierarchy, the leadership of the SLP decided that they would not select him to contest the seat. But here's an explanation given by Philip J. Pierre.
Joachim decided that the time had come for him to move on. And I want you to give Joachim a round of applause. The mood is Joachim worked in Castries Southeast. Joachim decided that the time had come for him to move on. And I want you to give Joachim a round of applause. The mood is Joachim worked in Castries Southeast.
But if he worked in Castries Southeast, Mr. Prime Minister and political leader, why was he removed as the candidate? And also you said that he decided the time was ripe for him to move on. He did not make that decision. That decision was made for Joachim by the leadership of the SLP as well as the constituency group. If he had a choice in the matter, Joachim would still be the St. Lucia Labour Party candidate for Castries South East. So let's say now from the lady of the hour, the lady of the moment, Lisa Jawayer. She says there, I believe in progress, and progress goes beyond big speeches. Listen to her.
I believe in progress, and progress goes beyond big speeches. It is about demonstrated results that people can feel in their daily lives. And the government, under the leadership of our Prime Minister, has been delivering those results. And I know progress personally. I grew up in Forestier in a modest household. My father was a security guard. My mother, a seamstress, and they are here tonight. I know what it is to fetch water in buckets, climbing up a hill, and by the time you get to the top, half of the water is overflown. I know what it is to wear one uniform for the week and wash it at night under the lamppost like you saw. I know when school fees feel like an impossible burden. But I also know when labor provides opportunity.
The lady who has replaced Joachim Henry as the St. Lucia Labour Party candidate for Castries South East in the upcoming general election. Let's take a call on the line. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Hello. Okay, what was that call? 452-2979. 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Hi, Tim. Just listening to that Prime Minister's speech. The chant alone says a lot. That's according to a WhatsApp message. Another person says, I agree with Philip J. Pierre. The same goes for Mary Polius. She sounds bitter on Andrew's show like a woman scorned. That's according to a WhatsApp message. Good afternoon. You are on the air.
Good
afternoon, my brother.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Yeah, Poleon Dragon here. And let me just say to me that I agree with, and that's only for once, I agree with the Prime Minister, Honorable Philip J. Pierre, who in my mind has failed St. Lucia miserably and made us the laughing stock of the Caribbean. And I've got saying that St. Lucia will go on record as having the weakest Prime Minister in the history of politics. But let me just say that. Why would I, if I was Philip J. Pierre, want to run Joachim again? Joachim lost the first time. He barely won last time. And last time was a very strange election. I don't know how Labour won last time, but they won by some kind of a miracle. But I would not have run Joachim if I was Philip J. Pierre. So the leadership of the SLP did the right thing in removing Joachim and putting a young person. And I believe in the young people. They put a young person there, but I have questions about that young person. And I have questions I have to ask Didi about her. But let's move on. Now, Timmy, are you there?
I'm listening to you.
Yeah, they also removed the lady in Babonneau. Yes. I don't know how she got involved because she's a lady been in politics for a long time and has failed and failed and failed. All of a sudden again, they brought her in last time and some kind of a miracle elections. She won, beating my good friend, Easy Ezekiel, beat him by a few votes. A kind of a strange election again.
I mean, over 100 votes, you call that a few votes?
Yeah, 100.
And by the way, Mr. Joachim Henry won by 437 votes, huh?
Okay, all
yeah,
right. Not
437.
No, but like I said, it was a strange election. And maybe COVID caused the strangeness. But anyhow, also, they changed the secret, the secret, how do you call them, a secret weapon? I think it's a secret weapon against the Labour Party. I think Kenny called him a secret weapon. And to me, to be honest, Timmy, in my whole life in politics, I've never come across a man I didn't like. I don't like that man at all. I don't like him. But anyhow,
which man you say you did not like?
The secret weapon. Miku Saul's secret weapon.
Is it Gibeon Ferdinand?
I'm going to call Gibeon, whatever Gibeon means. I don't know. But, and so, changing him, changing the lady in Babonneau.
And she won, we're talking about Virginia Albert. Virginia Albert won by 110 votes.
Yeah. She beat my partner Easy, and Easy should have been there still, you know. Easy is a man I had thought of becoming the next Prime Minister. I mean, wonderful guy. I'd have liked him to be our Prime Minister, but anyhow, they'll say, oh, he's a bit too calm and to this, and be more aggressive. And okay, all right. And the next person, the lady in Choiseul, I mean, that lady should not even have run the last election. But I guess they couldn't get somebody, they put her there last time, and she of course, she lost. My partner gave some good licks, and he'll give them good licks again. You know? And I'll tell you something, Timmy. So I support the Honorable Philip J. Pierre as the leader of the SLP in changing those four persons. But how come he cannot remove the two worst people? And these two worst people are not even part of the Labour Party. The Frederica or El Guapo is not part of the Labour Party. But if you go around town, you see red posters and red flags if his picture in town. But this man is not part of the Labour Party. Yes, he's in the cabinet. But he's not a member of the Labour Party. How you have his pictures and red flags and red posters in town? The only member of Parliament to have any posters anywhere in St. Lucia. And elections haven't called yet. Maybe they'll call elections in January next year and call elections in January. That's my new date. January, they'll have elections. But this man, El Guapo...
Okay, caller.
Yes,
this is not a platform. This is not a political platform and so on. So, respect my audience, so is Mr. Frederick, or Richard Frederick, if you want to say that. All right?
Call his real name. I like to call him Frederick.
No. Caller.
Yeah.
Red Dragon, whatever your name is.
Not Red. Golden Dragon.
Golden Dragon, okay.
But it's not G-O-N. It's G-G-A-N. Dragon.
Okay.
Dragon.
Yeah.
So, Timmy, you're correct. My apologies. The Honorable Richard Frederick will not be honorable for too long, because I intend to go up against him in Castries Central. I will give Castries South, where I ran once before in 1997. I ran there.
And you failed miserably.
Only one left alive in the four of us who ran.
And you failed miserably.
I did not, Timmy. I was independent, Timmy. And you know when you're independent, you can't win.
Yeah, but to have only gotten less than 20 votes?
But Timmy, if you're independent and you get 10 votes, say thank God.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You just said there from being Nathaniel. 4522979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 7162026. Somebody says there, Tim, tell Mr. that Emma is older than Joachim and she was a close call than Joachim. Why not get rid of Emma Hippolyte? We have a call via WhatsApp. Hello, good afternoon. NewsSpin, you're on the air. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon to you, caller. You are on the air.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you doing? Calling from the diaspora.
Yes, I'm okay. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. Just listening in to what's happening in my little country, Fair Helen.
Yeah.
And it disturbs me. It disturbs me quite a bit, Timmy. To know now we spend over $400 million and we're going to have a hospital with 70 rooms, less than 100 rooms, Timmy?
I think it will accommodate, it will have 100 beds, at least 100 beds.
But Timmy, where's the foresight? I mean, of both administrations. I mean, where is the foresight? Over $400 million for 100 beds. Timmy, does that math make sense to you? Where is all that money? Where did all that money go? What do we have to show for all of that money? And I'm talking about successful administrations. You understand? Where will all that money we spent? Where is it? Where is it? What's the value? Where is the value for $400 million and in 16 years? You understand? And you know, I noticed something else. Let's go on another page. Last night, notably, if you were watching the Labour Party launching of Lisa, at the end, you know, many persons were forgotten in the Labour lineup. Did you notice that, Timmy?
Yes, sir.
After the Prime Minister called the lineup and he presented the Labour team, somebody on the platform had to remind him that he was missing Richard Frederick, Stevenson King, Virginia. Joachim was standing right there in the back of him, in the back of the team. And it's only after he was reminded he called these persons. So I am saying, I mean, where is the Prime Minister's foresight? You know, didn't he have his list of persons that makes up Team Labour? And notably after that, Richard Frederick disappeared on the platform. Whilst everybody was up there dancing and wailing, and Richard Frederick could not be seen on the platform. I was watching it in my living room, and I'm saying, but where is Richard? Why did Richard disappear so fast? Already they had to call for him in the crowd because he was already leaving, I suppose, when the Prime Minister said he was with the people. And as soon as he finished making the announcement with Richard and presented Richard left soon after. You understand? So I'm saying, you know, with Team Labour, if these gentlemen are in the cabinet, the people that are still in the cabinet, why are you just announcing just a few members? That says something to me. I don't know for other people. The other thing is Wayne Girard. He called Wayne Girard out. He called Wayne Girard out at his AGM, at his constituency AGM. And this is the gentleman who made the excuses for Wayne Girard, telling Wayne Girard, telling people in ancillary that Wayne Girard was busy in his office in the economics department, taking care of business for the country, traveling here and there. And he called out Wayne Girard and he told Wayne Girard, you have to win that election, single him out. That he have to win that election for Labour. He didn't say we have to win it, you know. He told Wayne Girard he has to win it. And he put all the weight on his shoulder. You understand? When you were the one who was keeping him out of his constituency most of the time, working on your finances for you, and now you're calling him out and telling him he has it in Babylon. When he was talking, when they were bringing forth the Esty brother,
John Paul Estefan.
he said the leader of the opposition were on his four legs playing marbles. I think that eluded most persons. He was on his four legs playing marbles. Now I am saying from both sides to tone down. From both sides, tone down the rhetoric and the disrespect and the insults. Because you know what? Intelligent-minded thinking people, you know, think very, very, very lowly of persons who does that. You know, this row and party supporters and hacks that will make noise about that. But intelligent people who has not decided where they're going to vote yet, they think about these things. They look at these things. And it's for both sides. I'm saying it for both sides. Let us bring some integrity, some respect, some value in our politics. Let us stop putting ourselves so low and in the gutter. It doesn't augur well. Sitting in a foreign country, looking back and looking at my television and seeing my people who's supposed to be representing me speaking so lowly of themselves and each other. It's a poor representation, a very poor representation of those persons who call themselves honorable. You know, and Timmy, I have a lot more to say, but let me give somebody else a chance. Thank you very much.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Let us now hear from the United Workers' Party candidate for ancillary canneries, Dominic Fede, addresses the whole Kui controversy, if you were to call it that. And he also says the mood is dread.
Now, this week, you would have seen that I have been somewhat of a superstar in the memes of the Labour Party. You've seen the memes, okay? You know, the Labour Party, they're so desperate that if you make a little mistake, they try to make that the headlines. But I want to say to them tonight that mistakes don't change the facts of life. And the facts of life is that Virginia Albert, Kui. Joachim Henry, Kui. Gibo Ferdinand, Kui. Poleon Antoine, Kui. The people of Chazelle already say X for flex. Kenny Anthony, what happened to him? And Wayne Gerard in ancillary canneries, he too will Kui. So you see, the facts don't change. After the election, the United Workers' Party will register such a great landslide in St. Lucia that your truth, Kaikui, all of them will have to run. So don't worry, my brothers and sisters. Balfrini, Yoprini, Eko, Yoprini Mradu, Lebaprini. One mistake do not change the facts of life. It's over. Philip J. Perry, I am telling you, it is over. It is over. This election belongs to the people of the United Workers' Party and to the people of St. Lucia. A mistake cannot change the facts of life. So friends, we're marching on to the victory line. Now, they have been saying to people that the mood somehow is red. But I want to say to them that the mood is not red, the mood is dread. And the mood is dread because we continue to see that crime is gripping our country by the balls. Crime is threatening to dismantle everything that we face as a country. We see young men this week, more young men in their numbers falling to the prey of gun violence, being killed senselessly, laying in their own bloods in all parts of our country. We see mothers go to funerals and cry over coffins and caskets, trying their best to see how they can somehow ease the pain of the young men that have died. We see children are left without fathers. And if all of this is happening, the mood is dread. When a police dog dies and no one knows how the dog dies, the mood is dread. When evidence disappears from our exhibit unit, then we know the mood is dread. When families wait for justice in vain for decades, then we know the mood is dread. When court cases after court cases stay unsolved, many murders and different circumstances are left unsolved, then we know the mood is dread.
The United Workers' Party candidate for Ancillary Canaries, his name is Dominic Fede, speaking Sunday during the UWP's Sunday Live. Time for us to cooey and take a break. We'll be back in just a bit.
Ouais, messieurs, pas jodi moi la ka espérer plein bomb glow, hein. Si t'en la pani pressure. Moi ni tongue, moi ni glow, me money pressure. Ou savez ça moi besoin? A pomme. Ça c'est bêtise. Moi pomme pour toute condition. Qui pour kay, qui pour business. Yo ni pli mer pour pomme cette ici. Yo c'est un major. I bon tout bonnement. Tant si ten moi actuellement. Glow ka fante. Europa ni pomme glolé yo under pour les nerfs, joange et gris. Visitez Europa ambassade Gozile. Les mots au téléphone 452-0763.
Essier, don't tell me that tire flat again. I just changed that tire.
Wait, what? You just changed that tire?
Well, I bought a used one because you didn't give me enough money.
Oh, I see. Well, you know what? Chivi's Tire Shop only carry brand new quality tires at affordable prices with free installation.
Hey, it seems you're working at Chivi's Tire Shop. How you know all that?
Come on, Brenda. The tire shop down the road from our home in the American Drywall Building.
Oh, yes. I forgot. Well, you know what, Patrick? Let's go there right now. Take your wallet. Let's go.
Chivi's Tire Shop, located at the American Drywall Building, Vic Bouteille. Call or WhatsApp 584-5986. Chivi's Tire Shop. Pay less, drive more.
Compagnie Courant Lucilec a informé le public là qui commençait mercredi 17 juillet, samedi 28 septembre l'année ici. Lucilec a une dernière phase campagne replacement mita. Ça c'est un pas en commitment compagnie Lucilec pour poursuivre bon qualité service qui sort avec reliable. C'est mita neuf là qui fait assurer courant qui servit miséré douette sans les ouais et compagnie Lucilec délivrer un service qui à niveau fatigue qui ni mita qui mérite replacer qui recevrait avertissement notice par moins qui 48 net temps et bien 2 jours d'avance et joie pour faire travail là en technique et pour faire assurer tout bagaille marcher bien Lucilec a encouragé les pratiques pour faire à l'aise pour arriver côté mitaillé département service pratique Lucilec qui répond n'importe question et bien adressé concerne à sous replacement c'est mita adressé concerne nous pour département service pratique Lucilec à l'imo téléphone 457 4440 et bien section mita à l'imo téléphone 457 4607 Lucilec a remercié pratique pour coopération la copoine exiport durant tant travail là qu'a continué.
Tired of sky-high bills and a planet on the brink? It's time to go green without burning your pockets. At First National Bank, we are here to make saving the planet affordable. Whether you're installing solar panels, purchasing a water tank, upgrading to an inverter AC, or buying a hybrid vehicle, we've got the green to help you go green. Fast approval, low interest rates, and Mother Nature approved. Your future self will thank you. Visit firstnationalbankonline.com or call 455-7000 for more information to help you turn your green dreams into clean realities. First National Bank, here for you.
It's in the feeling in our weak side. It's in the meaning in our spot. It is the thing that sets us apart. Who we are, 'cause the rhythm of life keeps pumping. Together going, keep things flowing. Before we will go all in.
Identify the aroma of a secret recipe or an extra crispy crunch from any distance. It's invisible to the naked eye, but you can feel it traveling throughout your body, taking control. All so you can enjoy a juicy bite of KFC. Ignite your senses with KFC.
Have you had a stroke or symptoms like numbness, headaches, or back pain? When your body sends a warning, don't wait. MRI is the gold standard for seeing what other imaging can miss, like brain damage, spine issues, and early cancer. At La Clinique de Corps, We are the only center in St. Lucia offering the most advanced MRI technology, fast, radiation-free, expertly interpreted, and insurance accepted. Call 451-6559 or WhatsApp 721-9950. La Clinique du Corps, Center of Excellence, where quality meets expertise.
Yes. That was the Lucia Top 5 for Carnival 2025. Yes. Welcome back to Real Men Take Charge, guys. Real Men Check Up.
To all my listeners out there, visit a men's health clinic in your area today.
PSA checkups are now free.
It's private, it's quick, it's efficient, and convenient.
Music touches the soul, but keeps the rhythm going. Fellas, it's time to check your PSA levels. It's free, it's simple, it can save your life.
Brothers, do you not know that your bodies are the temples of the Holy Spirit?
To be a champion, you need to show up for yourself. I'm encouraging every man to take the step. Get checked. Stay strong. Do it for the team. Do it for your family.
My daddy is a hero, and I want him around for a very long time. Daddy, if you care about me, please take care of your health.
I face colon and prostate cancer head on, and I'm still standing. Early detection saved my life. If I can do it, so can you. Don't wait. Get tested. It's free, it's simple, and it will definitely save your life also.
Real men.
Real men.
Real men take charge.
Real men check up.
Need branded apparel that looks sharp and shows up on time? Welcome to Imprinted Designs, where every stitch counts. We specialize in custom embroidery and t-shirt printing for businesses, teams, events, you name it. From embroidered logos on polished Oxford shirts, available in a variety of colors for men and women, to bold, high-quality printed tees that turn heads, we do it all. Bring your own shirts or choose from ours. Small runs, big orders, rush jobs, no problem. At Imprinted Designs, we're built for speed, efficiency, and clean professional results delivered on time, every time. So if you want your brand to stand out, not wait around, come down to Imprinted Design. Our email address, imprinteddesignsSLU@gmail.com. Imprinted Designs, where every stitch counts.
Still to come, we conclude with the NewsSpin question of the day as well as the NewsSpin news of the day. But let us hear now from Dr. Ernest Hilaire, speaking in his capacity as the acting Prime Minister of St. Lucia last week, Thursday. He hosted a press briefing, and that is on the nation's crime problem. Let's hear now from Dr. Ernest Hilaire.
Of course, you know the Prime Minister is on a one-week vacation leave, and you know he's not in the island to address you, and it's my responsibility to do so. I think, first of all, the Prime Minister would want to say to all St. Lucians that we understand the sentiments that have been expressed over the last few days with the number of homicides that has happened over the last few days. And we want to be very clear, first of all, to the families and the friends of the persons who have been affected, that we want to extend our condolences and sympathies for all those who have been affected. We also want to say to St. Lucians who have been traumatized by the events of the last few days, and St. Lucians who have expressed concern to us as a government about the increasing brazenness of the actions of those criminals. And we want to assure them that we sympathize and we understand with their feelings, and it recommits us to the fact that we have to build a national alliance for us to fight this menace which is plaguing our society. We're very clear in our minds that the fight against crime is a national endeavor. It requires every single citizen to participate in it. So we say to you to feel assured that your government remains committed more than ever to fight against crime. We've said to the police, the principal agency that has to go out there in the trenches, in the fields, on the blocks, and throughout St. Lucia to fight crime, that they have the total and absolute support of the government of St. Lucia to do whatever is necessary within the law to curb these continuing incidents of crimes. We've said to the police, if you want more legislation, we are prepared to go to Parliament. If you need more policy guidelines, we are prepared to provide it. If you need more resources, we are prepared to provide it. Our record will show that on every instance the police has asked us for resources, we have provided it, and we will continue to do so. We have a record over the last 4 years of providing the police with all the resources that they've asked us, including increased manpower. We've increased, all the support that the police require. Legislation, we have brought into place tougher legislation, and we will bring into place tougher legislation once the police tells us that they require it. We will leave no stone unturned as a government in ensuring that the police is empowered to go out there and to do their job. No stone will be left unturned. That's our responsibility as a government. The police must never say that they wanted X, Y, or Z to make a difference in the fight against crime, and they did not get it. So now we expect that the police will demonstrate that level of commitment and dedication and increased activity. And the police has been doing a fantastic job so far, especially in the recovery of firearms and ammunition. They also, from the briefing that they've given us, shown us that they have made headway in solving some of the incidents that have taken place. But St. Lucians are asking for more, and we are asking for more. We want to see the police intensify their efforts to bring those criminals to justice and to address those who are even thinking about committing such crimes. And I'm not talking about the person who is hustling a living on the beach or in the street corners. We're not talking about that. We want a war against the merchants of death. There are people who are out there, shooting indiscriminately, taking the lives of individuals. It must stop. And the police, we are asking the police to do even more than what they've done before. And we know they've put in a lot of effort. But we require a very powerful statement from the police that they are going to take back the streets, they're going to take back the communities, and they can depend on us to support them. And I'm also calling on St. Lucians to give the police their support. I'm calling on civil society organizations to give the police their support. The police must not feel that it is a fight on their own or just with government giving them the resources. They must feel that the communities, they must feel that families, because let's not fool ourselves, the individuals who are involved in crime, the families know, the communities know. So if we want the police to make your community safer, you too have a responsibility to support the police. It cannot be that when the police undertakes an operation, the community and certain elements in the community will want to chastise the police for undertaking operations. It cannot be when there are roadblocks. People are annoyed because they have to wait in traffic 5-10 minutes. You want a safer St. Lucia? You have a right to have a safer St. Lucia. You have a right to demand a safer St. Lucia. But you equally must accept you have a role to play, and that role is to support the police. So just as a government, we're making a commitment to provide the police with what they need to fight crime. The communities and the families must support the police and give them the strength and the encouragement to fight crime. This has to be a holistic approach, and everyone has to be part of it. I must also say that there are individuals out there that will post fake stories, fake pictures, make all different claims. Again, I ask the public to stay focused. The police will provide official information on who is arrested, who is charged, who they're looking for, and do not take it from persons who are bent on exploiting the situation that we are in now and we have been in for the last few years for other purposes. And I want to be very clear on that. Because there are people that are looking to exploit this, but that's not our focus today. Our focus is to say, one, to St. Lucians, to be assured that we are doing everything we can as a government to support the police, so they can fight crime. We want to say to the police, you have our support. Do what has to be done. Thirdly, to say to the police also, you will get the resources you need once you ask for it. And fourthly, to say to communities and families, you too need to support the police and help us fight this scourge of crime that we're facing right now.
Dr. Ernest Hilaire delivering that statement while hosting a government briefing on the crime situation over in St. Lucia, and that was done on Friday of last week. A few WhatsApp messages, then we go through the NewsSpin news of the day, and the question of the day. It reads, WhatsApp message, please remind the Prime Minister that the same way he removed Joachim Henry for poor performance, the people of St. Lucia will remove him and his fellow parliamentarians for lack of accountability for the violence that is plaguing St. Lucia. Let's see if we have some more of your messages right now, and then we will conclude the broadcast. Please bear with me. Let me use another device to see if I could go through some of your messages there. And somebody says there via WhatsApp, Tim, why are people surprised saying if the Prime Minister doesn't realize the effects of our out-of-control crime on our tourist industry? Have they forgotten that Pierre himself confessed he never knew the importance of tourism to St. Lucia? And now, the NewsSpin question of the day. It reads, why does the mood have to be red? Why does the mood have to be red? That's the NewsSpin question of the day. And now, the NewsSpin news of the day. It reads, anger in Egypt after Pharaoh's gold bracelet stolen from a Cairo museum is melted down. Anger in Egypt after Pharaoh's gold bracelet stolen from a Cairo museum is melted down. The NewsSpin news of the day bringing to a conclusion another edition of the world's most monitored talk show. Before I conclude, don't forget to like the video, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and click the